played very well in the first half and was physical running the ball. He's a big, mature player. He goes north with the football. He's not the fleetest of foot of all the quarterbacks in the nation, but he runs well for his size. He's a physical runner. I thought he threw the ball very well, managed the offense very well. A couple times in the second half, we got a little out of order, if you will. There was a lot of communication from the sidelines. It was a tough game from a management standpoint with all the personnel changes and the style of offense that they ran. But I thought Caleb played very well today, and that's huge for our football team. The better the quarterback plays, the better chance we have as a football team. And I thought Caleb Turbush really stepped up today and played his best game of the season, and he still has some room for improvement. He can still be a mighty fine quarterback for us this season. I'm sorry. I'm squared up here. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the defense gave us yardage, but the 3 turnovers in the first half and 2 of them going for scores really gave your team a pretty good cushion. Just how do you feel about how the defense performed in those circumstances?
Well, again, that's a hard game to assess until you look at the film. A lot of great plays and a lot of plays that we could play better on. But anytime you get 2 pick sixes in the first half and have that type of cushion at halftime, I think that's huge for your football team. It bit you back in some ways because it put our defense right back out on the field, and Marshall had ran 53 plays by halftime. That's a lot of plays. We knew that at halftime they ran 53, so we had to continue rotating our guys and keeping them fresh throughout the course of the game. So again, a great team effort, a great collective effort, and anytime you get 2 pick sixes in the first half, that's really something to celebrate.
Danny, I think... Sorry, go ahead, Stacy.
Clear space.
Offensively, you tried to speed up the tempo as well. With your offense, you were snapping that a little sooner than
Right.
why did you do that?
Well, we felt like we could wear down their front and negate their ability to rush the passer. We thought we'd really be able to air it out in the second half. Obviously, if we could have huddled up more and slowed the clock down, that might have been of some benefit to the team. But we really felt like if we were to go no-huddle offense against them and minimize the amount of pressures that they could signal in. They were a team that we didn't want them to bring in an inordinate amount of blitzes. They haven't blitzed that much this season, but we felt like coming into our game they might try to do some things different. They've given up a lot of points and a lot of numbers throughout the course of the season, so we weren't sure what we'd get today. My gut feeling was they would come out and pressure us a bunch. We felt like we got in our no-huddle offense, it would slow down the amount of pressures that they could signal in from the sidelines. And then, again, that's what we do well. We want to get on the field, stay on the field, and manufacture drives and manufacture points. And the best thing for our offense is to go in and out of different tempos, sometimes huddling up and sometimes going with our no-huddle offense.
Danny, I think they flashed a stat. Ricardo is the active FBS leader in interception returns for touchdowns. Just what does that say about him as a player?
He's a great competitor, and anytime you play against a team like we played against today, a team that features the pass in an inordinate amount of times, they threw the football, outstanding quarterbacks, some really big skilled receivers, then he has to play well, and he played well, and obviously he was challenged some with the quality of offense that they have, but he's a great competitor and plays with a lot of emotion. He's a good leader on our football team and a guy that's very spirited, and that's contagious to the other players on our football team. So, hats off to Ricardo. He's set a school record today. He's the leader in that category right now on a national level, and he's going to add to that record.
What's it mean for this team from 3-1 going into Big Ten play? Do you feel like they've taken care of the business that you thought they would have in the first 4 games?
I think we're about where we thought we would be. Obviously we started the season off a little bit disjointed at the quarterback position. We thought that was the strength of our offensive football team, or maybe our football team coming into the opening game, and then got out of sorts a little bit. But we are 3-1, and even more important than that, we're 3-0 in Ross-Ade. And that's one of the goals for our football team this year, is to go undefeated in Ross-Ade Stadium. It will be huge for our team and huge for our program. We really feel like if we can go undefeated in Ross-Ade, that we'll be in a good position to compete for the Leaders Division. And so, again, winning today was huge for our team. Anytime you win, it's big, but a win in Ross-Ade right now is something that our team has set as a goal. So today was huge for our football team.
Dan, you had a nice spread of wealth among the receivers, but Bush really seemed to be opportunistic today. Was there something about their defense, or is it just kind of his day today?
I think it was kind of his day today. He practiced hard the last couple of weeks, but wasn't quite as effective, executing his position through the course of the week. So we wanted to get the ball in his hands early to create some confidence for Gary, and him scoring early in the ball game I thought was big for him, and obviously we needed the points. But big day for Gary Bush, and good to see him step up and compete and make plays throughout the course of the game today.
Before you at halftime, at home, and you get the ball to start the second half, was there any disappointment that you guys couldn't maybe just put it away there or expand that lead? Is that kind of maybe the next step that you need to take?
Well, we'd like to take that step today. That was our challenge to the team at halftime, and yes, we are disappointed that we didn't put the game away early in the third quarter, but, again, a credit to Marshall. They played hard, and they believe in their team and themselves. They believe in their quarterback. He's certainly a difference maker for them. So they played hard and found a way to make it a ball game. We talked at halftime about going out and playing hard, and our plan was to take the opening drive and manufacture a drive and eat up the clock some and score. We thought that would have put the icing on the cake, but we were 3 and out a couple times early and allowed them a chance to compete and get back in the ball game.
We tried some things about, before the third quarter to come out a little bit quicker. It's just disappointing. Like I said, we can't figure out what exactly it is about starting out quick after halftime.
Well, we'll look at the film and see. I don't think it's a curse or a jinx or anything like that. I think it's probably boils down to some type of execution issue, would be my gut feeling on it, but to play a little bit better, in the third quarter. But we'll work on those things and get them corrected. Our players, they want to win. They have a passion to win. We'll work hard this week and we'll get better.
First, I got to do that 2 touchdowns. And you got up 5 of the 47 drives, 6 of the 15 on the drive. You talk about the defense needing that break. How significant were those 2 touchdowns?
Well, anytime that we got their offense off the field, that was good for our football team. That was huge, and that was the plan. We felt like coming into the ball game that we would have to execute very well on the offensive side of the ball. If we could execute well and get the ball in our playmakers' hands, we could accrue enough points and enough yards to win the football game. And if we could execute on offense, it would keep their offense off the field. So those drives were critical drives, and any drive that we manufactured today that kept that offense off the field was huge for our team. So that was part of the plan, and those 2 drives that you have talked about were, I think, critical in the outcome of the game.
Danny, I think that you said you have to look at the film on the Josh Johnson interception return, but just from your eye point of view, was that just an extension today of how good he has been this season so far?
I think so. He's a heck of a player and even a greater young man. He's a good leader for us, very loyal, extremely hard worker, a guy that always shows up and gives you everything that he has. And I'm really proud of Josh and happy for him with the success that he's having. A lot of pro scouts are coming out and watching him, and he certainly has a future in football, and he's going to have a great senior year and make a difference to our football team. So very happy for him, and to see him get a pick 6 was huge today.
Remind me again about the personal fouls. I think you got 4 of them in the game, which obviously was a training camp emphasis for you to set those down.
Well, we'll look and see, how they came about. We had one, I think, a late hit on the quarterback that I thought was awfully close. And then we had one where we hit a guy too far out of bounds. That was probably a poor decision. But we'll look and see on film. We came into the game as the least penalized team in the Big Ten, and very proud of that. And we intend to continue with our pursuit of being a more disciplined football team. Not just a more disciplined football team, but the most disciplined football team is one of our goals.
Danny, a lot of big plays in the game, but, at the end, you can kind of look back, that short block of the field goal, at the
Sure.
end, still created a 2-possession game. Then he forces the fumble. Many accolades, but he gets another big blocker. Had a key on us.
Well, I think that one of the keys to that, obviously he's a heck of a player and a great talent, but the fact that we're able to rotate so many guys on defense allows a guy like Kawan to lay his ears back and play his hardest, at key points in time in the game. And I think if we had to play so many guys and rotate them and kept them fresh, and he may have not been in position to make the key plays that he made today. So hats off to Kawan for making those plays, and hats off for his teammates for rotating and playing hard and being in position we can count on to go out there and make plays.
Take one more if there is one, if the players start to show up.
Danny, I'm sure there's things that you look at the film and you need to work on, but on the whole, did you like what you saw from your team today?
Yeah, we won. I like it when we win. Okay, that's the most important thing. It's a beautiful thing. We'd like to have, kept that big margin, all the way through the course of the game and added to that. It didn't work out that way, but the bottom line is we won, and that's what it's all about. We're a winning football team. We take a lot of pride in that, and I can't tell you how much it means to our football team for us to still be undefeated in Ross-Ade Stadium. That's huge for us. That's one of our goals coming into the season, and we're undefeated in Ross-Ade, and we look forward to the great competition coming up with Big Ten play.
Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you.